Chosen One Collective. June 24th. The people who doubted you will watch you rise. There is a specific kind of pain that comes from being underestimated by people whose opinion mattered to you more than it should have. A parent who never quite saw what you were capable of. A friend who laughed quietly when you said the dream out loud. A former partner who treated your ambitions like a phase you would eventually outgrow. You absorbed those doubts more deeply than you realized, and some part of you has been carrying their verdict as though it were a fact rather than simply an opinion formed by people who were looking at you through the limits of their own imagination. Here is what those people could not see, and what you may not have fully believed about yourself either. Their doubt was never a measurement of your actual capacity. It was a measurement of what they were able to perceive from where they were standing. People can only recognize potential that resembles something they have already seen succeed. When what you carry does not match a pattern they recognize, they assume it does not exist, rather than recognizing that they simply lack the frame of reference to see it. Their doubt was a limitation of their vision, not a verdict on your worth. The chosen one often spends years quietly trying to prove themselves to people who were never going to be capable of seeing them clearly, no matter what they accomplished. This is one of the more exhausting traps available to a person carrying real purpose. You can spend a decade collecting achievements as evidence, hoping that enough proof will finally unlock recognition from someone who doubted you, only to discover that recognition was never actually available from that source. Some people are not withholding their belief in you. They are simply incapable of producing it, the way a closed window is incapable of producing light no matter how bright the sun outside becomes. This does not mean their doubt is meaningless to the story. It often plays a strange, almost sacred role. Doubt, when it lands on the right kind of person, does not extinguish the fire, clarifies it. It removes the option of moving forward for approval and leaves you only the option of moving forward for truth. Some of what you have built was forged specifically in the heat of being told it would not work. You may eventually recognize that their doubt was an unintentional gift, the resistance that built a strength you would not have developed in an environment of constant validation. Picture the moment that is coming, not because you are owed it, but because it is the natural consequence of continuing to walk the path you were given. The moment when the people who doubted you watch the outcome unfold in front of them, undeniable, no longer something they can dismiss as luck or naivety or a phase. You will not need to remind them of what they said. The result will speak with a clarity their words never had. And in that moment, something in you that has been quietly bracing for their judgment for years will finally be allowed to exhale. Some of you will be tempted to soften your own growth just enough to keep the doubters comfortable, hoping that a smaller version of your rising will be easier for them to accept. It will not work, and it is not worth attempting. People who needed you small to feel comfortable will not suddenly feel comfortable with a slightly larger version of you. The discomfort was never about your size. It was about the fact that you grew at all. Stop negotiating the dimensions of your purpose with people who were never going to approve of any size you chose. Do not let the anticipation of that moment become the entire reason you keep going, though. There is a subtle trap in building your motivation around proving someone wrong. It keeps your attention tethered to people who do not deserve the rent-free space they are occupying in your mind. The healthiest version of your rising is not aimed at them at all. It is aimed at the fulfillment of what was placed in you, regardless of who is watching, regardless of whether they ever update their opinion of you. Let their eventual witnessing be a side effect of your purpose, not the engine driving it. It also helps to remember that doubt says far more about the doubter's own unlived life than it does about your potential. People who have made peace with their own limitations often cannot tolerate watching someone else refuse to accept the same ceiling. Your refusal to shrink can feel, to them, like an accusation, even when you never intended it as one. That is not your burden to manage. Their discomfort with your growth is information about where they have stopped growing, not a referendum on whether you should stop too. There is also a kind of person watching you right now who has not voiced any doubt out loud but quietly wonders if you actually have what it takes. Your continued faithfulness to the path, even without applause, even without proof yet, is already speaking to people you do not know are watching. Somewhere, someone is drawing courage from your willingness to keep going without a guaranteed outcome. You are not just rising for yourself. You are rising as evidence for everyone else who needs to believe it is possible to be doubted and still become exactly who they were always meant to be. Close your eyes for a moment and receive these words. Whisper. The people who doubted me will watch me rise. Their doubt was never a measurement of my worth. I release the need for their approval and walk forward in the truth of what was placed in me. My rising will speak louder than their doubt ever did. Keep walking. The rising is already in motion, built from everything you refused to let their doubt take from you. Let them watch. Let them be surprised. You were never theirs to convince. You were only ever yours to become. This is Chosen One Collective. We will see you tomorrow.